The Owl House's ending is happy, and that makes me happy. But what if it was sad? With that weird intro out of the way, allegedly, Dana Terrace has said that she, quote-unquote, hates happy endings. Note, the amount of evidence I have to prove this is like the sponsor of this video. Non-existent. Please subscribe. But this got me thinking, exactly how sad could the Owl House have gotten? Well, here are 5 endings that I believe are some of the saddest outcomes that could have occurred. And trust me, some of these are gut-wrenching. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 5. Ida finds about Bello's possessed Rain. One interaction I feel like that would have been really epic to see was Ida crossing against Bello's possessed Rain, who I'm gonna call Brain from now on since it's easier to say. The way I envision this happening is when the collector sees that King has been lying to him, instead of just casually observing, they would actually confront King. As the collector yells at him, and King attempts to explain himself, Brain could be smugly smiling in the background where Ida would notice them. Ida would then call out for Rain, and when Brain speaks, she would realize what was really going on. She would claim that Rain wasn't actually Rain, and the collector would scoff at that idea, with the Brain antagonizing them further. In the heat of the moment, Ida would turn into her harpy self, and the collector would then point out that King said Ida was still in her beast mode, and that he was lying to them the entire time. At that point, a fight would ensue, with Ida fighting Brain and King fighting the collector. Personally, I think this would have been a really cool scene, but then the entire story would have changed, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Number 4. Bellows possesses the collector. Just a note, Bellows is involved in a lot of this. Anyway, in For the Future, it is shown that Bellows wanted to possess the collector, but was unable to do so. Well, what if he was able to? And before you all yell at me that there is no way Bellows could overpower the collector, note that Bellows managed to override the collector's puppet status on Rain. Also, this is my video, so if you don't like something, be sure to dislike the video. That'll show me. The amount of chaos Bellows could cause as the collector would be immense, and imagine the reactions of everyone when they realized that the collector wasn't themselves. On top of that, King would be forced to fight them, which he said he didn't want to do. However, he would have to make a choice. Either fight the collector, who was being used against their will, or save the Boiling Isles. I'm going to leave it off here as some of my other endings expand on top of this one. I'll also state now that I really wanted to see a fight scene between the collector and King, so if you notice me mentioning that a lot, that's why. Number 3. Bellows successfully manipulates the collector. Wait, how is this different from the previous ending, I hear you ask? Well, in For the Future, the collector really seemed like they were about to fully embrace their villain persona, but obviously that wasn't the case. Well, what if the collector went fully psycho mode? What if the collector really thought that King wanted to end them and fully believed that the Hexite gang were there to get rid of them forever? Surely the collector would do more than just play mind games with them. Now obviously, while the collector could just snap their fingers and Thanos snap everyone away, what if they wanted revenge on King, who they trusted? The most evil thing I could think of was the collector traps King and turns everyone else into puppets. Then, the collector would force King to choose between 2 puppets, who survives and who wouldn't. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that warrants a intense final scenes warning. On top of all of this, the reason I feel that this is more sad than the previous ending is because if Bellows possessed the collector, you could still excuse them since, well, obviously they're not in control of themselves. But in this case, the collector truly believes King is out to get them, and it would be heart-wrenching to see how King tries to explain himself and how Bellows is truly the master of manipulation. Number 2. Magic is permanently disabled in the Boiling Isles. When the Watching and Dreaming trailer came out, and the Titan Heart was shown all the way back from Season 1, I thought it had something to do with the biosac connected to all witches' hearts. And when the Hexite gang was shown using glyphs instead of actual magic, I came to the conclusion that somehow magic in the Boiling Isles was disabled, and that it was all connected to the Titan's heart. Well, what if magic was permanently disabled? Suppose the Titan Heart was the true reason magic was possible in the Boiling Isles. What then? Well, obviously King will eventually grow up, but just imagine how it would have been for the first few years without magic. How would the residents of the Boiling Isles cope? And how would Luce take it all in? Would she blame herself even more? Would she accept that it wasn't her fault? I just thought this was something cool to think about. But on to number 1. King dies. Okay, this ending is a combination of multiple things, so let me explain myself. It is assumed that Papa Titan sacrificed himself when he originally trapped the Collector. Now let's say King and the Collector actually fought. And let's say that the same thing occurs, and King has no choice but to once again trap the Collector. But in the process, he doesn't make it. With a tearful goodbye, he thanks Luz for everything and goes to the in-between. But it gets even worse. King is the last Titan, and Titan blood was needed to open the portal between the human and demon realm. That's right, this means that Luz would have to choose whether to stay in the demon realm or human realm forever. Would she stay in the demon realm, where she met so many amazing people and grew so much? Or would she go back to the human realm like she promised to Camila? Well, on that happy note, that's all from me. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and see ya!